It's alive! But for how long? Welcome back, I'm LIIIITTLE, and we are at the final frontier of Super Marisa Land for the 25,000 video view special. Can I make it without dying? More times than I have to? Well, let's find out together. Let's do this. Let's do this, bitch! Alright. And one thing you're gonna specifically notice is that the stage, I do believe, is a play on the layout of the first stage, minus all the pits of mysterious and sourceful logs floating everywhere. This stage got me several times. So I need to be very cautious, but also need to be slightly reckless. Get out of here, you silly! Because they're actually very tricky jumps at several points in this stage. And one of them is actually about to come up. I'm going to show you the trick though. The trick I used was to specifically wait until one of these guys right here are at a certain placement on the platform. Oh, they're gone, aren't they? They sure are. Okay. Bouncy bounce! Boink! Just bouncing off their heads makes this so much easier. You got me last time, Plants, but you're not going to get me this time. The Buzzy Beetlebadoos probably would get me. It will not surprise me in the least if they did. Puffballs! Why can't you have more intelligence like this guy here? He actually knows to turn around at the end, instead of walk off like a lemming. Alright. Oh, that's a big pit. Yeah! Whew, there we are. No. I did not expect a pit. Oh, by the way, before you dash jump here, jump one time, because after there, it got me last time. I was very displeased. very much so. Oh, here's the checkpoint. And here is a surprise! Oh goodness. Go. Give me one-ups! Worth it! Totally worth it. Hey buddy. No. No. Uh-oh. This is it! We're near the end! We've survived the advancing walls of marshmallows! That sounds actually very pleasant when you think about that. An advancing wall of marshmallows. Woo! Wait a minute. This only means the cure! Can I jump over the cure? Whee! Yay! We found the cure! There we are. We are back to our original proportion 5. Which means only one thing. Credits time! Woo! I actually did it without dying! At least I did the most important stage without dying. But viewer, I sincerely believe that I did not get a chance to answer all of your questions, so if you ask your question below, I will slowly but surely begin to answer them and post them to my vlog channel. And I will put that as a video response to this video. And each video will keep leading forward until I answer all your questions. You have until the following week after this episode is aired to ask questions, and then I will cut it off. And that'll be it. Oh hells! Oh! Huh? I've already tried the extra stages. They're not going to make me do that again. Thank you for joining me. I'm LIIIITTLE, and thank you so much for all of your support up until now. I'm going to post in about 5 minutes of questions chosen randomly in order. And then, like I said, on my vlog channel, which is LIIIITTLE, just change the D to a T. And then you will find me on my vlog channel. And then you will very slowly, after this video, find me answering your questions. Just ask them here or in those comments until a week after this has been posted. And it will be on screen right now. Post-production me. Put that date on screen. Thank you. Well, at least I died less times than I did in the actual LP. Thank you for joining me. I'm LIIIITTLE, and I will see you very soon with your questions. Viewers, hello. I'm going to try something a little bit different today since it's the final. I'm sorry. It's just, I need to get this up on time today because I've got other things I am trying to get done today. I am in a transitionary period. I've got 2 new LPs coming up, and I gotta get serious about this, man. So, here we go. I'm ready to answer your questions. Since I did not die at all, I'm gonna answer your 5 of your questions. We still have a good... I believe we had a good 25 questions left as of last time, so here we go. And actually, below what you're seeing right now is actually one of my best runs of Super Mario Land 2 I've ever had. This was the footage I was going to use in a 6-player race that MML129 hosted, but unfortunately there were some footage problems, and we tried this multiple times, and after that I couldn't put up with it anymore. I'm sorry, guys. But I finally found a use for this footage. I wasn't going to simply throw it away. So, let us get started with the first question of 5. First question is coming from MML129, who asked me, I know that Deceased Crab was your inspiration to start LPing, but was there one specific LP that convinced you to start your own? Also, are there any LPers that inspired you? Well, this is actually a very good question. Let me open a Dr. Pepper here. I'd be drinking Coca-Cola for my choice, but I'm not picky. I had way too many crushed red peppers and Parmesan on the stuffed crust pizza I had, and my throat is dry as hell. But back on topic here. But yeah, Deceased Crab was actually my original inspiration, and I actually discovered him through his first La Milana LP back in, oh my goodness, how long ago was that? 6 or 7 years ago? A long ass fucking time ago, that's for sure. But yeah, about 6 years ago, I watched through his La Milana, his Panic Restaurant, and I believe it was no Solar Jam Man's too recent. It was one of his first Let's Plays I'd ever seen, and I was just in awe. Been watching him for a good 3 years. And then, with time, I summoned up a lot of courage and I tried to record my own. The Super Mario Land LP you have seen on my channel and the one we just did are actually not my first. Because my first Let's Play, again, was Super Mario Land, but it had no commentary. That personal channel was shut down since then. And then I just kind of reformatted everything and I became a real Let's Player and got the equipment, and here I am where I am today. But to answer your second part of your question here, the main inspiration really to start my own, like the certain Let's Play in question, was the Battletoads 4-player race by Proton John, which also included Capri Sun, Super Genius, and Peacock 44444. Oh man, everything about that race was just fantacular. That is probably my favorite LP to watch when I am stressed, and just all the commentary styles just meshed together so well. Plus, I had the game as a kid, so I would know what they went through, for sure. Absolutely, positively, for sure, I would know. Oh, buddy. One day, I will go through that game, and it will not be pretty. No, it will not be pretty. But it will be pretty fun for you to watch. Alright, thank you, MML129, for the question. We are moving on forward here. Alright, our second question's coming from ShadowLink4587, who asked me, role-playing games or first-person shooters? Which one do you prefer? That's a undoubtedly easy question to answer. That is role-playing games, because I'm not the kind for first-person shooters, especially multiplayer ones. Though, console FPSs, I actually do like console FPSs if it's single-player campaigns or cooperative, but I don't really like competitive FPSs. People are just... Bleh. And, for the odd question of someone thinking, oh, let's ask him what he thinks about Borderlands, I'm going to save you the time, I'm going to answer it right now. I actually love Borderlands. I have the original Borderlands downloaded, and I have Borderlands 2, and I love those games to death. I really do. I think it's a clever concept. I think it's great. It's got good humor, good character design, good gameplay, good ambience as well. Oh my god. I love that game. Whew. But definitely role-playing games for the win, because I've been playing role-playing games since I was 8 years old, and I've been playing Final Fantasy XI for almost 10 years. So role-playing games, especially of the massively multiplayer sort, are ingrained into my heart, and they cannot be filled with sand, clay, grime, cement, or whatever. I am just that kind of Tanuki man. Alright, thank you ShadowLink4587 for your question once more. Alright, our next question here is from MWeb007, who asked me, who is your favorite Nintendo artist or your Nintendo art? Well, actually, this is kind of depressing because I like Nintendo, don't get me wrong, but I don't necessarily look for Nintendo artwork or Nintendo artists out there on DeviantArt or anything. I'm more of a person who enjoys original characters, original concept, and original stories. But if I were to answer this question, a long while back, what's his face? Andrew Dickman used to do a lot of Nintendo-related art. Oh, I'm sorry, I tapped the microphone. He used to do a lot of Nintendo-related artwork, and it still blows me away to this day. On my first DeviantArt account, I watched him for years and years and years. So, Andrew Dickman, definitely, absolutely, positively, definitely would be my pick for that one. Thank you, MWeb007, for your question. Alright. Our next question is coming from the Engaged Gamers, who asked me, what would you do if you didn't have to work? Well, that's an easy question. I would let's play full-time even if I didn't make money. Or until I found another job. I am just... I'm too productive. I know I've got money in my accounts right now, but there's... You don't know what's gonna happen. You always gotta be ready to work your ass off and earn something, because life does not fall in your lap. See, people who start channels and get suddenly successful on YouTube probably already had status going in, like the Game Grumps. They both, Egoraptor and JonTron, they both had status, so it was a no-brainer that they would jump up there very, very quickly. But that's not me. I've got to work for everything I've got, and I don't even expect to get famous. I really don't even want to get famous, to be honest. It seems like a hassle. I just want to have fun, really, and that's what I'm doing. Even almost a year later, my LPs still are all heart. I don't really look for all the stats. If I have a sleeper hit or something, I'm pretty ecstatic about it, but I'm not like, oh, I need to do this more. I need to pull stuff that's going to pull an easy 100 hits. No, no, no. It's all about, really, the substance. If I'm doing something to get the views, then I am not the ringtail you know and love. So, there's that. Thank you, the Engaged Gamers, for your question. And the next question comes from Aaron Ravage, who asked me, what are your 3 favorite songs, and why are they special to you? Oh dear, you guys are always asking the difficult questions. But at least you gave me 3 fave songs, so let me pick my 3 favorite songs. I will definitely have to video link on YouTube, because I don't want to get in copyright trouble for overlaying songs that I know I cannot use. The songs you're probably hearing underneath my questions right now, or actually no you're not, because this is Super Mario Land 2 footage, but definitely, my favorite band ever is Real Big Fish, but I'm going to definitely try to not make all 3 songs Real Big Fish, because that is my favorite band of all time. You know what, screw it, let's just say what's my favorite 3 Real Big Fish songs, because what Real Big Fish does, I think I answered this in another question. Yeah, in Gentling Filman's question, I think was on either episode 1 or episode 2 of the 25K special. Asked me this, and I pretty much told you what Real Big Fish was like. They take negative and pessimistic situations, and they pump you up, and they fill you with just enough anger to make it through and make sure it's okay. And so the situation doesn't, like, really affect you again. Definitely, here are my 3 favorite songs in order. My first favorite song would definitely be Average Man by Real Big Fish. This was a bonus song on the Japanese release of... Oh my goodness, what was it? Was it Cheer Up? Yeah, it was Cheer Up. I'll have that on an annotation on screen so you can listen to it afterward. Feel free to open it, it's a great song. The second song in question will be, again by Real Big Fish, is going to be I Know You Too Well to Like You Anymore. So, whew, that song definitely has a lot of relevance to how I feel, and if there's an MP3 of it uploaded to YouTube somewhere, I will put an annotation right below the other one I have, so you can listen to it in your spare time if you'd like. And the final Real Big Fish song that I'm going to pick here, I do believe is going to be A Little Doubt Goes a Long Way. I'm not entirely sure what album that was on. But, nonetheless, it is one of my favorite songs. It was probably the first song I ever heard by the band, which really got me into them. Oh, man. That wasn't so hard after all once you just kind of assign a theme. Thanks, Aaron Ravage, for the question. And remember, Final Fantasy XI's not dead. Just be sure if you reactivate that you probably ought to restart and relearn the game, because things are a bit different from they used to be. Alright, viewers, I've changed my mind. I'm going to answer some more questions here. So, give me a moment to draw, let's say 4 more questions. I'll be right back. Alright, viewers, I return. Sorry about that. I have drawn 4 more questions. And our next question is coming from Ingenting Filman, who asked me, are there any games you would like to LP, but you can't do the technical or other reasons? Oh, this is actually an excellent question here. There are some games I would like to Let's Play, definitely. But it's more of a technical reason. You see, I'll just spill it. It's not going to violate the NDA. I am a beta tester for Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, which is currently in its alpha stages. I cannot record nor release any of that information or video footage until they say to go. And the game is actually turning out much better than before, but that is all I can tell you, because I played the original Final Fantasy XIV. You saw the big collector's edition I have there on my rummage video on my second channel, if you've seen my second channel, but I'm not too worried if you see it or not. But it's just, the game is turning out better, and it's not going to replace Final Fantasy XI. I don't think so. If I take a short hiatus from Final Fantasy XI to give it a try when it comes out, maybe. Only maybe, but I feel really compelled to at least finish one of the storylines before I take a short break from 11, if that happens. Like, you see, I want to see if I can Let's Play MMORPGs effectively, because I've proven to myself that it can be Let's Played. It can even be solo Let's Played. If you're really clever and you know just how to edit at just the right time, it can be done. I mean, it's not as wholesome as, say, a platformer or a platformer or something like that, but it can definitely be done. You just gotta give it a little gusto. Hell, World of Warcraft I think has been Let's Played massively. I think that would be popular if you're into that kind of thing. But well, that's just about it. Thank you, Ingenting Filman, for your question. Alright, and then the next question here is from MistyDawn132, who asked me, what is the first console game you would like to Let's Play using your new capture cards? Well, since you already know 3D Dot Game Heroes is out, I suppose I can reveal 1 or 2 more titles, because not everyone's going to watch these videos, I don't think, so I don't blame you if you don't. Well, I am actually I'm a really avid fan of the Disgaea series, and I have all the games that are on the original console releases. I don't have any of the handheld releases. But I would like to try my hand at Let's Playing the Disgaea games, like showing all the storyline plot and the... I'm not sure what I could do about the acquisition of the legendary items. That would be troublesome, but I can do it. I'm trying something with Final Fantasy XI that's been really troublesome lately, but I think I can pull it off. If I can do that, I can do this. And definitely another one I would like to do is, since I have the analog capture card, I would like to break out the Super Nintendo and probably give Wario's Woods a try. I know, it's a puzzle game, but I'm trying some new things to see if I can successfully commentate it, because I love puzzle games and MMORPGs. And if you have just enough gusto and enough... Oops, sorry, I tapped my microphone with my foot. Relevant stuff, you can definitely Let's Play whatever you want if you can pull it off. Hell, Deceased Crab, like, played with... recently, what was it? Expressions? Something like that? I don't know. I'm not technical like that. Well, I love the guy. But I would definitely like to Let's Play this Gaia series eventually, but it would take a long time. And it would be very tricky to fit into, about 12 or 15 minute segments. Because if I go beyond 12 minutes on my Elgato capture card, it will begin to desync the audio, so definitely I will have to partition the footage very cleverly so you guys don't notice. Well, it's out of the bag now, but I'll figure something out. I'm pretty clever when it comes to that. But that is the answer. Thank you, Misty Dawn 132, for yet another good question here. Alright, our next question comes from MML129, and it is, what do you think of group Let's Plays after doing them? I think they're alright. It actually kind of gives me an idea for a way to pull off something myself, but I like them. They're alright. It's just, the only qualm I have with it is now that I have Super Mario World and Kirby Superstar on my channel, I feel the obsessive compulsive need to go back and let's play the entire game, to have the entirety of the game on my channel. But hey, you gave me an opportunity to play 2 of my favorite games from my childhood, so thank you, ML129. Thank you very, very much. Alright, and let me get a drink here. This is one I definitely want to exemplify on here. The final question comes from Mystic Phoenix 1992, who asked me, what are your opinions on people who accept partnerships? This is definitely a good one. I want to get into the meat of. But the way I see it, a partnership is an opportunity to make both your partner and yourself money. Partnerships should never be accepted for status and anything like that. It should not be something except to just gloat or to just have that fucking banner up at the top. In fact, you already have your banner now with your the one channel layout. Woo! So it kind of nullifies all that. But I find that a lot of new Let's Players, I find they simply just shoot too fucking high, like right off the bat. When I started, I was just concentrated on getting the experience to go through and learning how to edit and having a good time. And the bit of networking I did back then, which I need to get back to, I need to network again, but I've got so much going on at the moment. Anyway, back on topic. It's simply people want a success quickly. They want to be the Game Grumps. They want to be the Runaway guys. They want to be the Proton John. They want to be the Nintendo Capri Sun. They really want to be that fucking Chugga Conroy. Nothing against Chugga Conroy, but they really want to be a Chugga. But the simple fact is, these people here that I've just said, in relevance to, say, the Game Grumps, both of them went in, like I said earlier, they already had establishment, they already had status. That is why they gained what they had so quickly. That is the sole reason why. And if you imitate that, you're not guaranteed that same success. But if you would like to try and replicate that, definitely just make it your own and nurture it and have a good time. Don't just be empty promises. Oh, I just want views. Love me. Don't do that. That's transparent and that's bad. And as for the others, like Nintendo Capri Sun, Proton John, even Deceased Crab, other people like that, they were like early pioneers of the Let's Play. This is why they're where they're at today. And then Chugga Conroy took a big spin on editing and Pokemon LPs, which the kids eat up apparently. I don't know what it is with Pokemon. I thought it was going to be dead by the time I graduated high school, but I was wrong. Ho ho. But it's people just they choose to imitate. They choose to imitate instead of come up with something new. And that's something I think that I am. I think I try to be a little bit of a visionary. I know I'm not going to get like massive success from being like, hey, I know, I'll play MMOs. No. Well, that's not going to happen, but I have a good time with it, and that is enough for me. I mean, in the past, I've dealt with folks who, as soon as I say something out loud, they take the idea and they just fumble it. Absolutely fumble it, and it really just shames me because it wasn't even their idea and they ruined it. This is why I don't like to say my ideas aloud anymore, because other people try to steal them. Well, it's more so like one person in particular, but we don't talk anymore. And that's what's important. But more about partnerships. Also, yeah, let's get back onto that. The whole thing about like accepting a partnership just to have the status and the banner and thinking you're gonna grow just from being partnered, it doesn't work like that. I mean, there are people out there who use sub for sub, and they use those social networking sites, those quote-unquote social networking sites for sub. and they get partnered right away, but they have at least 800 fake subscribers. It's very easy to fake subscribers. But if you fake that subscriber count and you're only getting about 30 something views at 1,100 subscribers, there's something wrong. There's something obviously wrong, and you should be ashamed of yourself if that is you. If it's not you, feel good. Earn every last view you get, earn every last subscriber, and try to be very good to your subscribers. Like, having a channel is like customer service. I'm a manager in retail, so I would know customer service well. If people give you some feedback or something's up and they let you know, try to implement that a little bit at least. Really think about what they're saying. Because it would really make someone's day if you gave them like a little shout out or this or that. It really would. So you really gotta think, people have feelings, people have opinions. You can't just go knocking people off the chart because they do something silly like someone was on your box for a month and then they unbox you suddenly. That's no reason to go around and flinging mud and blocking people and disowning them. There's no reason to do that. That's simple. If you do that, you are simply watching your Social Blade stats too closely, and you need to go outside and take a breath and see the world. The world is a good place if you're careful. But I'm rambling at this point. I need to leave off. Thank you, Mystic Phoenix 1992. And I think about the partnership thing too is I guess I put it out there. As far as for me, I really don't want to get partnered unless I can reliably pull at least 750 views for a video within the month. Because if I got partnered right now, I would not make my partner any money at all, and I would just feel terrible because I would just feel inadequate. It's like opening a business trying to sell ice to an Eskimo. You don't do that because you can't sell ice to an Eskimo. They're fucking surrounded by it. But if I ever accepted a partnership and I started to earn money, you've got my solemn word that the majority of that money would go back into the LPing hobby to buy either games or equipment or something that will go back to you guys. So that is my solemn promise on that. I have a day job, I work in retail, that is all the money I need. So if one day I do start to make money off of the content I make, and I actually do get a little bit more viewership, that money I make will go back into the hobby. I won't just keep it for myself. I mean, I won't lie, I might buy a little food every once in a while to help me get my spirits up to record, but other than that, that's coming out of my own pocket. It's not going to come out of the YouTube account pocket. But that's going to end it. I've been going on way too long. Thank you for joining me. I'm LIIIITTLE, and the 25k special is not quite over yet. I actually have 2 open slots, so I think I'll continue it a little bit longer. And I've got some more, pardon me, Super Mario Land 2 footage, so thanks for joining me. I'm LIIIITTLE, and you guys keep your tails wagging, you hear? Alright. Goodbye and good night. See you soon.